Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Olusegun Tinubu, has pledged 2 billion naira towards the preservation and promotion of the historic Akwaete weaving craft in Abia State. Senator Olusegun Tinubu paid a visit to Akwete community in the company of Governor Alex Otti, his wife, and others. Inanna Gabriel has more.
Is Akwaete fabric. It is an indigenous fabric produced here in Akwa local government area.
The visit, inspired by a documentary on the hand-woven Akwaete weaving tradition, saw the First Lady reaffirm her commitment to preserving Nigeria's cultural identity. Senator Olusegun Tinubu announced a 2 billion naira donation to support the development of the Akwaete weaving community, urging Nigerians to embrace the indigenous fabric and encourage its modernization for wider use.
For me, I don't know about the women of Akwaete. I heard your cry. I am here to announce to all Nigerians. And the Igbos should take Akwaete to the nation. Those are the things that they have to modernize. They will make Akwaete into our Ipele Angeli. So it won't be the big rapper. Rise up to the occasion to preserve this. On my own, I told the governor, I'm donating 2 billion to the...
Governor Alex Otti commended the First Lady's intervention, noting that his administration has been working to revive the Akwaete industry since 2023. He also revealed plans to establish a production hub for Akwaete weavers and emphasized that preserving the craft requires embracing innovation while protecting its heritage.
It is very, very strategic that you made this visit at this time. We want to build a production, a hub for Akwaete women in that cooperative society, but it's going to be built for the future. We start from the cradle apprenticeship all the way to the final product and the market, and everything can fit in there. It's about 14,800 square meters.
This Akwaete fabric is something that every woman and even men should own, and it is produced here in Abia State. So we don't have any reason to continue to import fabrics from outside the country when we have our own here in Abia State in Nigeria.
If they empower them, there will be more encouragement, more upliftment for the women.
The visit is expected to boost efforts to preserve one of Nigeria's oldest indigenous textile traditions while creating new economic opportunities for local artisans. Inanna Gabriel, TVC News, Akwaete, Abia State.
I want to say a big congratulations to Abia and mostly the Akwaete people. A big congratulations. And I want to say thank you, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Nigeria, Pastor Remi Tinubu. Thank you for donating these 2 billion for the actualization and building and innovating the Akwaete fabric, which the Abia State Governor has proposed to build a better plaza and give them all the necessary tools they need to bring it and sell Nigeria market. Thank you very much. However, as a logical reasoning man, we know that part of the reason why you attended this Abia is political. We can see the APC flag flying in the place. It's part of the reason so that some of these women can say, Mr. President gave us some money now, so we'll have to vote APC. APC is doing well. We can see clearly, madam. You better go. Yes, this is the political era. Anything you could do, we see it from the lens of politics. You can misquote me, fine, but you cannot take away the truth that this is part of it. Because whether the Mrs. President attended or not, Alexoti we know, Shomoti will still build that for the people. Yes. Whether Mrs. President attended or whether I donate money or not, Alexoti will still build that. He will still do that. But that's not where I'm going to. The first lady in a speech one time said that people should do kuli, akara, and corn. But he went to Abia and decided to encourage people who has a handwork. I said it one time in my radio program that I rather help people who are hustling than an able man who is a beggar. People misquote me. In Abuja, you wake up in the morning, you are out by 5. You see some women who are already in that cold, sweeping and cleaning the road. I rather give them money. I tip some of them than when I'm walking on the street, I see a Lamajiri boy or I see an able woman carrying baby begging. I don't do that. I'm encouraging the person to be lazy, to be a nuisance to the society. I rather encourage a hardworking people. That's why I always give praises to those who find it pleasure to give me something, even though they know I'm doing something. That's an encouragement. They ask me to do more. It's better to encourage those who are doing something than those who are not doing anything. But the reason why I'm saying this is this. Imagine saying a Delta State First Lady visit. Yes, because Akwete clothing is nominal to our Akwa in Obuluku. You know, some people will say, I know now you want to leak this method to your Igbo unification project. Yes, every rule I make is to prove that we are in the Igbo. Because when you see people come online and said, Ika is Ika, Ukwan is Ukwani, we don't have anything in common with Igbo. I heard some comment where somebody say that we are thousands miles away from Igbo. You accept that we are thousands miles away from Igbo. That's why you are a Kaman is not Igbo. But you are claiming Benin, you are also 1,000 miles away. I be you and Benin here. Did you see? You are 1,000 miles away from Southeast, but you bear their name. You speak their language. You practice their culture. You eat their similar food. But you that is claiming you are Benin does not have anything in common. Then you now say, we want to be a car. We don't want to accept Igbo because Igbo people want to dominate us. Since I was born, how many Igbo people have crossed over to this side of the Niger to start forcing us to be who we are not? How many? Because I keep saying this thing. When you say Igbo people change our language, I keep asking which part of Igbo, because in the Southeast, everybody has their unique language. Nsukka has the way they speak. Enugu Ezike has the way they speak. Nkano has the way they speak. Obo Ogugu has the way they speak. Udi has the way they speak. Obiago has the way they speak. Which of them colonize us or change our language that we are supposed to be speaking like them directly? Because as it is now, there is nobody in the Southeast that is crossing over here to force us to wear Akwete clothes. Nobody. Because if Igbo people are influencing us or they want to dominate us, they would have been forcing us to be dressing the way they dress. If you go to Arochukwu, you see the way they tie their red George. That is it. You see the way they tie their red George. Are they forcing us to tie the red George? We still wear our Ocha, which is unique to us. In fact, it's the Anambra people that are even wearing it. Some people I showed a video of the people in Akwaete village, Nubo, where they wear Akwaete, Obaru, Southeast. And I know some people go say, but it's part of, yes, they wear Akwaete. They are in Southeast. Are they forcing us to wear Akwete? If the governor visits us can we display our culture? That is where the problem is. Not be to the point finger to the Southeastern Igbos. Igbo people do this. See now, they are trying to develop their own. Sell it. If you come to data now, even Sheriff will not do that. Because if he bring our culture as we invest to help our women, it means that he's neglecting his Yoruba people. And as I'm talking to you, even the COA we are supporting will not also endorse it. Because how will he help people to become an industry when he's not a car people that are doing it? And how will he benefit? Because when the women become industrious and start producing, he will not be able to be giving you peanuts during election. They have decimated us, reduced us to none. But now that we are telling you, let us be one and join our Eastern brother so that we'll start benefiting and learning from them, so that we'll start living like them. You will say no, they are forcing you to be Igbo. I keep saying it. When did they force your grandfather to give you Igbo name? Your son name has been in Doka for generation to generation, 3 to 4 generations back down. Yet you are claiming Igbo people are forcing you to be Igbo. Why didn't you blame your grandfather who gave you that name? Or your great grandfather who gave you people the Igbo name? But at the same way, they blame them when we cannot sell our own. Other people now sell their own and we buy into it. We'll not be saying they are forcing us. The only happiness I have is that the word Akwaete still remain an Igbo word. You go see saying I start is now give us the name to be calling it Akwa and Ocha. Akwa an Igbo word, Ocha Igbo word. Rio Kisisi, Rio Kodo, Sinokene Nunu. Both a Kaman and some Okwan people wear this Akwaete. But at the same time, go they talk say Igbo people are forcing us to be Igbo. You wear the thing where be Igbo name. Which name are you calling it to your dialect that is not Igbo? Let's not forget, for you to understand that we are all the same. What is the difference between Akwaete and Akwete? Akwa na-ete n'ukwu mgbe akwa eji ete egwu. What's the difference? If you know the difference, drop it on the comment section. But this will let you know that we are all the same. I've explained this in time without number, that this shago is a modern printing. It is not the general cloth. That is why in Igbo history, what we know Igbo women are those who tie wrapper 2 pieces. So this Akwaete and Akwete is part of those clothes we tie in the waist is our Igbo dressing, not the shago we wear. Because when the king tied the Akwaete n'ukwu, otinyezie akpụkpọ awolo oba akpụkpọ agụ. We are saying that agụ is leopard, not lion. Awolo is lion. So those skin they put is what differentiates them as a warrior or a great hunter who has killed lion or leopard in the forest. But it's Akwaete that he will put on the waist. It is the modern day fabric making that started inscribing the shago or lion's head in the clothes, so that everybody can now accept to be a lion killer or an agu killer. That is what happens. So Ishiago clothes that you see is not our dressing. Our real dressing is the one we tie in the waist. That is why when people say if they tie on the waist, they put the other one on the shoulder. Our Akwaete is meant to be tied on the waist. You can wear anything on top, whether lace, chiffon, silk. That women go so different, but that Akwaete is our uniform. That's how it has been in Igbo land. And every groups, every people have a unique one they wear. Like I told you about the Arochku or the Bende people that tie the red kind of George on their waist. That is like checkers. You can begin to show me the type of one that your people tie in the waist. So this is what differentiates us. Why men tie 1, women tie 2. And this is why we know we are Ndi Igbo. Everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you are the boundary or you are across the river. It doesn't matter whether you are in Kogi State today, called North Central, or you are in Delta or Rivers, called South South. The culture is spread across. And every region and every dialect has a unique one that suits them. Mana why say na ebu onye Igbo, ana force it to buli onye Igbo, ana force it to buli onye Igbo. We all regionally has a unique way, just like we in the south south has a greeting that is unique. You see an Okwan man, he say a J. And a Kaman does not say a J. Some people say warmer. Some people say Ogude. Some people say Ojogu. In Onchubo now, different quarters has their greeting. Does it mean that because Umohomi greet Umogu, like the Buzo people, that now we are not Onchubo again? We are different from Umolo. Umolo is not Onchubo again. That's what you are saying. Umohomi has a greeting called Umogu. In Agba, the same Onchubo, they greet alone for their women and greet Onowu. Onowu, which is a title in Igbo land. That person be Onowu. We greet Onowu as the men. Man, all these things, you will see all of them. See evidences that it's not coincident that all these things replicate itself, whether it's in the North Central, South South, or Southeast. You see, they are forcing it to be Igbo. I'm out of here, Joe.